Okay.
Let me just bring him out. It takes longer to bring them out of the breakout rooms when they're open.
Okay. All right, I see they're connecting. We're resuming the docket with case number U-598-27221. Edwin Lindale Davis. The charge is alcohol-related violation. If Mr. Edwin Davis is in the virtual courtroom, sir, please say your full name for the record.
Edwin Lindale Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Who's representing Mr. Davis?
Good morning, Your Honor. Lucille Towns Marion on behalf of Mr. Edwin Davis. My client has been advised of his rights. He understands them. I did explain that the charge to him, and there is an offer. I explained the offer to him. My client would like to avail himself of the offer as well.
Thank you. Mr. Davis, you've heard the representation of your lawyer. Are you in agreement with that representation?
Yes.
And Mr. Davis, were you advised of your right to a trial?
Yes.
Normally, Mr. Davis, you would be entitled to have that trial held in person inside the 36th District Court, but because of the pandemic, the courthouse is closed to the public, and so you've agreed to participate on the Zoom technology today. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Davis, did you have an opportunity to speak to your attorney about all of your rights?
Yes.
Sir, did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your plea?
No.
Sir, are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
Yes.
Because you are actually guilty.
Yes.
And Mr. Davis, you understand that by pleading guilty, you will be waiving or giving up your right to stand trial. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
All right, Mr. Davis, I will need you, sir, to raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes.
Sir, you may lower your hand. And Mr. Davis, on the date, the time, and the location indicated in the ticket ending in 27221. Were you in the city of Detroit, sir?
Yes.
And were you approached by a police officer?
Yes.
What did you do on that date, Mr. Davis, that brings you to court today on this alcohol-related violation?
I was drinking alcohol.
Pardon?
I was drinking alcohol.
Were you drinking in public, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Ms. Marion, are you satisfied?
That was an alcoholic beverage, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
What was it?
Liquor.
Pardon?
Liquor.
Liquor, okay. Counsel satisfied, Your Honor.
Thank you. The court will accept the guilty plea being satisfied with the factual basis. We will also accept the recommendation to delay your sentence for a period of 3 months. Is that what the offer is, Ms. Marion?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's an opportunity, Mr. Davis,
Yes.
for you to have this matter dismissed, provided you have no new charges of this nature. Now, Mr. Davis, you are in custody right now in the Wayne County Jail. Is that correct?
Yes.
But that is unrelated to this charge. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, sir. Then the court will accept the recommendation. We will delay your sentence for a period of 3 months as long as you pay the fine and costs that we're going to assess, and you have no new charges of this nature. This case can be dismissed
Your
in
Honor,
that 3-month period. Yes, Ms. Marion.
would the court consider in lieu of fines and costs, credit for time served. He's been held since December the 7th, 2021, Your Honor.
Absolutely, we will, sir. When are you scheduled to be released? Are you awaiting trial, Mr. Davis,
I still be going home on the 17th.
of April?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to give you 3 days in the Wayne County Jail in lieu of costs and fines, and we will give you credit for time served. And so, if you have no new charges within the 3-month period of this delayed sentence, we will automatically dismiss this matter. You will not have to return to court unless you have a new charge, but there are no costs and fines. The court has given you credit for time served. Any
Yes, ma'am.
questions, Mr. Davis?
No, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Tesfamarian, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Davis, you may disconnect from the hearing. Madam Clerk, is there anything ready for the live stream at this time?
There will be, Your Honor, in just 1 minute.
Okay,
Thank you.
so Mr. Davis, I know you're not in control, but if the officer is there, whenever the officer comes back, she can disconnect you, or he.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
for Attorney Warfield, she's here for a formal hearing on Raman, and the officer did not appear. And for Ms. Dozier, the officer did not appear as well. Those are both formal hearings that can be called.
Okay. So it is Raman and
Ms. Dozier.
let me find Dozier. All right, we can, is it Ed Dozier or Glenise Dozier? Oh, both of them are right together, right?
Glenise Dozier and Dieter Raman.
Thank you very much. Okay. The court is calling case number SP 107-11841, Glenise Dozier. Now, I have, Madam Clerk, an informal hearing for Ms. Dozier. So the officer, go ahead.
The officer just called. There was some confusion in the paperwork. And he said that it was okay to dismiss it without prejudice, and that if he had the paperwork, he would reissue for Ms. Dozier.
Okay. All right, then Glenise Dozier, and the charge is disregarding a red signal. If Glenise Dozier is in the virtual courtroom, please say your name for the record.
Glenise Dozier.
Thank you, Ms. Dozier. The court is also calling SX392. Oh, I'm sorry. Who's representing Glenise Dozier?
Good morning, Lucille Towns Tesfamari on behalf of Ms. Denise
Thank you.
Glenise Dozier.
Dozier, Your Honor.
Thank
We,
you. The court
you.
is also calling SX392-82611. Didar Raman. Didar Raman, this is date and time for formal hearing. Violation of, what is that violation, Madam Clerk? You know
I'm
what the-
looking.
Violation of basic speed law.
Okay, violation of basic speed law is Didar Raman in the virtual courtroom, or his or her representative?
Yes, Your Honor. Attorney Jessica Warfield, P85391. I am standing in for Attorney Ryan Hill on behalf of Mr. Rama.
All right, thank you, Ms. Warfield. We will allow you to represent your client on the civil infraction. Is there, the information the court has is that these are the dates and times for formal hearing in these matters, and the officers have failed to appear. It is 9:40 a.m. The officers were advised to be here at 8:30. Is there a motion on behalf of your client, Ms. Warfield,
Yes, Your Honor. As you stated, today was time and date set for a formal hearing. I move that this matter be dismissed against my client due to the officer not appearing.
Thank you. And on behalf of your client, Ms. Testa Marion, are you joining in that motion?
I am joining in that motion. I concur with it. Ask the court to adopt it.
Both matters are dismissed without prejudice for lack of a complaining witness. Ms. Dozier and Mr. Rahman. There are no mandatory fees connected with these charges, are there, Madam Clerk?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then both matters are dismissed, and Ms. Warfield, you may disconnect unless you have any questions.
No, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Madam Clerk, anything else ready?
Yes, I did miss Dimitri Rouse. He's another formal hearing, Your Honor. And the officer did not appear.
Okay, Rouse. Let me find Rouse.
He's on page 2 at the end of 835.
Oh, I see him. Okay. Is Mr. Rouse in the virtual courtroom?
Not yet, Your Honor. I'm trying to bring him out. Oh, there he is.
All right, this is case number SP 1208348 Dimitri Rouse. The charge is failure to use turn signal, I guess pulling
Yes.
away from the curb. And this is a date and time for a formal hearing. Mr. Rouse, if you're in the virtual courtroom, sir, please say your name for the record.
Dimitri Rouse.
Thank you. Who's representing Mr. Rouse?
Good morning, Your Honor. Lucille Towns Testimony on behalf of Mr. Rouse. I
And
under-
go ahead, Ms.
I
Tesfamary.
understand this is the date and time scheduled for the formal hearing. The officer was subpoenaed to appear, but has failed to do so. Therefore, we move for dismissal for lack of a complaining witness.
And it is so ordered. Mr. Rouse, this matter is dismissed without prejudice, sir, for lack of a complaining witness. That means the police officer failed to appear. It is 9:43. The officer was notified to be here at 8:30. So I am dismissing this matter, sir. Any questions, Mr. Rouse?
Yes, ma'am. The only question is, I was just trying to see how would I go about trying to get my money back?
Oh, you posted a bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Did you, with the court?
Yes, I did it a year ago, so I really don't even know the numbers or nothing like that, but I for sure know I did it.
Okay, well, they'll know, sir. They will have it in the system, and we will order that bond is returned to you. So they will return it to you by mail.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? Oh, Mr. Rouse, do we have your correct address? Don't say it on the live stream. But if you've moved since you posted that bond, then
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have my address. I just want to make sure. So how would
You
I
know
go
what?
about?
Can you call the clerk once we leave the live
Yes.
stream? And Madam
Yes.
Clerk,
What would the number be, Your Honor?
Madam Clerk, can you give Mr. Rouse the telephone number 965?
90. Are you on Lincoln Avenue? I don't need the numbers, just are you on Lincoln Avenue?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then we have the right address.
Okay.
Oh. All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
There's
Y'all have.
nothing- Thank you, Mr. Rouse. If there's nothing else, you may disconnect from the hearing. And Madam Clerk, anything else at this?
No, Your Honor. I